Our Season 2 South for the Winter was coming to a close, but we had one more stop between us and San Antonio where we'd finally get to spend some time with Kirsten and Matthew. If you've been watching our videos, you know that I love visiting caves, and when I found one halfway between Big Bend National Park and San Antonio, I made it a mandatory stop. Where were we going? The Caverns of Sonora. This cool spot off the I-10 offers 48 campsites and RV sites with water and electricity. There are limited numbers of pull-through sites, so make sure you reserve ahead of time. The spaces aren't overly large, but at $25 a night, we thought it was great. We were excited to see the caverns, but an unexpected cold front gave us something to deal with first.
So we had a little mistake last night. Maybe it's just a newbie thing. So those people that have been out RVing a long time, maybe they already know this, maybe they don't, but if you're gonna be in the cold, even if you have one of these heated hoses, it's not going to work very well if the breaker box down here, it doesn't actually work. And how do I know that it doesn't work? Well, other than the fact that it didn't work all last night. I came out this morning, realized that everything was frozen up. So we have one of these voltmeters. They're pretty cheap. And we keep it inside the trailer plugged in at all times, so we always kind of know if we're having fluctuations. But I'm gonna show you here, we have no power. Power's off, power's on. See, if I had hit the reset last night, I would realize now we have 120. I didn't even think about it, because I just plugged in and did my thing. So our heater hose never had power, which means the entire line all the way through from here all the way through the hose is frozen. Anyway, so newbie mistake. Check your breakers before you just assume that you're gonna have power. These things are great. Again, they're cheap. And you can always just hit the reset button on your breaker and then it would work. So right now we're gonna let things thaw for the day, and then we'll come back today later on and hook everything back up and hope it works. Well, today, which is our one long day in Sonora, we have a long trip ahead of us. We're gonna go out and see the Sonora Caverns.
The caverns were originally found in the 1920s and opened to the public in 1960. The Caverns of Sonora offer 3 different tours, and you can book them all online. The link is in our description. We chose the Crystal Palace tour, which is $16 for children and $20 for adults. Tours are available 7 days a week and leave every hour on the hour from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. These caverns are not cool like most are. Instead, they stay at 72 degrees with a 98% humidity. Do not wear sweatshirts or coats in here. The hour and 45-minute tour will take you 155 feet underground and has 360 steps, but overall it's an easy walk. Our guide was fantastic and she taught us a ton about these caves.
So as we go forward, we're going to see arrows burnt into the walls. An arrow is always going to point you back to the original natural opening. That's always going to be your way out. A dot or a circle with an X in it is going to let you know that that's a dead-end passage. Doesn't go anywhere, so don't bother going that way. Now, the passageways that we're going to be walking through, just so you know, there was no underground river that did this work. This was not created through rushing water. This was all done through a process of being dissolved away. What it was hot carbon dioxide came up from the ground. Far below us, there's mostly natural gas in this area, but natural gas and oil deposits, and those have a lot of carbon dioxide in them. The closer you get to the center of the earth, the warmer everything is. So what happens, hot air, hot water, hot gas, all does the same thing and it rises. Now, when that rises, it does meet with the water and it forms a very weak carbonic acid. So what happens is it comes up, it warms up that water, it goes up, cools off, and comes down and just keeps circulating, hot, cold. And that's how we end up with the passageways. So this cave was actually formed from the bottom up, not the top down. And we call that hypogenically. From the top down is called epigenically.
And then she tested Corbin.
Come on. You gotta turn around. You gotta face the tour. Remember, loud, okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you know what those are?
Stalagmites.
Louder.
Stalagmites.
Okay. And the ones up on the top.
Stalactites.
And when they come together? It's a
Column.
There you go.
The formations in these caverns were amazing and very different from what we've seen in other caves we visited.
One of the things that this particular cave is most famous for is the halactites. These just kind of grow any which way they want. They almost defy gravity. A living formation for it to fluoresce, but for the briefest of moments. Oh. That is awesome. Now here's the really weird thing. These are both calcite. This piece here that's fluorescing, this is flowstone. This is a piece of flowstone. This one here, this is the popcorn. But one fluoresces really good, and the other one, not so much. Do you want to see the brontosaurus?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, you're gonna have to turn around. See him right here?
Oh.
Yep. Isn't he cute?
Every section of these caverns offers something different, and for people who'd never heard of caverns in Texas, we were surprised to know that there are possibly hundreds more in this area alone.
They estimate that in Sutton County alone, there could be somewhere around 600 caves, just in Sutton County.
The end of the tour takes you through an area that looks like bone, and it's just another example of how varied and beautiful the Caverns of Sonora are. So we just finished taking the Caverns of Sonora tour.
It was really good.
It was a really good tour, completely different than any other cave system we've been in so far. And we've been in quite a few, because we've been some in New Zealand, some in Virginia, Carlsbad. This one, completely different.
Yeah. All the formations and stuff are different. And what are the ones that grow out of the side?
Halactites.
Halactites.
Maybe. We'll put a correction on there.
We're going to have to look at that again. I think we were too busy just going
wow.
to listen. But yeah, so it was $20 for adults, $16 for kids, hour and 45 minutes. Actually, we were down there for almost 2 hours. Mm-hmm. It is different from other caves in that instead of being 50 degrees, it's 70 degrees with 98% humidity. So don't wear a sweatshirt, don't wear a jacket. You can't take purses, bags. You can't wrap your sweatshirt around your waist if you take it off. So what you go in with is what you wear. I mean, I was sweating in shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah, it was hot.
Really,
I mean, it was just beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, she likes caves, and it's funny because she said she likes caves because they're dark and they're cool. This one was not.
This was the opposite of what I liked.
This was
But it was very
Yeah.
nice.
Like I said, completely different. And it's cool because that's the tour and the visitor center, and this is where we got to stay. So we've got one more night here. I got to work on the water situation, our water situation, and then off to San Antonio for Christmas. So this is a good stop. Sonora, Texas. It's 8 miles actually outside of town. Great little place.
Just like every business, the Caverns of Sonora has been impacted by COVID-19. But as of June, they are still open and working hard to provide a safe opportunity for people to get out and do things. They're limiting the number of people on each tour to 6. They've started offering private tours so you don't have to be on a tour with strangers. The tours are also set up so they don't backtrack, which means you don't run the risk of encountering other groups. Join us next week for our season finale as we celebrate Christmas and explore San Antonio with Kirsten and Matthew.
Thank you for watching. We'd love to share our journey with you, so hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you know when a new video is uploaded. And don't forget to leave your comments down below and hit the like button.